Welcome back to the update, everybody, and don't forget disbursement is still loading, is still on the air. We are expecting it to drop any moment from now, and I want you to pay attention to this and make sure you read in between the line for you to have a balance. Don't forget that this comment section is open for discussion. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe.
And we pray that the goodness of the Lord will never fade out of our lives. In Jesus' name. All right, for the record, I posted a voice note this morning that has to do with the pioneer slots that was said to have been to have commenced payment since last week Thursday or thereabout, and to that effect, we are yet to verify. That was an information for those who subscribed to that channel or that organ, and you might do well to verify that particular message. But then there are a lot of comments that have trailed this particular submission, asking for the contact of who to register with, or the contact or who to subscribe to. Before this voice note was dropped, I had made a particular submission here before that I personally did not subscribe to the pioneer slot, and I'm not prepared to do that. You understand? Because I know that a lot of scammers are out there to scam the people, and these also, I would want to put it as an advice for everyone who is agitated to possibly get enlisted in this particular pioneer slot. I'm not saying that there could not be those that are real or genuine, but I, as a person, I see a lot of scammers out there that want to scam the people of their hard-earned funds. Now, that doesn't mean that this information cannot get to those who register to get to understand the level where it is. That's why the update was given. But I, as a person, cannot link you to an individual who possibly is an NGO leader or possibly is a head in this particular wing or organ, because I don't want to mislead any of you to a wrong hands. So it's better to stay clear for when it comes to registering, and it comes to personally me having to direct you or give you a link to an individual who might have been registered with that scheme. I hope we understand that. If you know anyone who is really genuine, or you know anyone who is really up and doing, and you can trust the person, you can make your research personally. That is up to an individual right now. But when it comes to me personally, I can't give you any link of anyone I know right now that possibly could do that. I've had a lot of them on my DMs, even on WhatsApp, also, that I've chatted up at different times to know how much it is that one needs to subscribe with. But by the time they give me a response and give me answer of how much each particular slot is what I need to subscribe with, it's hierarchical, it's in stages. You understand? And it's understood that the more you plunge in, the more you receive. That's what it says. But I'm not prepared to spend any money right now. I'm not prepared to give in any money for anybody of which you don't know the end result of it. So each time they send me a message in that response, I just discard it. I don't proceed with that conversation because I've not really had that confidence enough to say, well, these people are telling the truth. Now, that is not to possibly say there is no pioneer slot, as was said by Chief Akogun. He might have his own points, and other people have come out also to talk about this when Akogun possibly dropped that voice note, and it was a heated controversy the time that voice note was dropped. I never subscribe into this, and but I won't discourage you. You're an adult. Everyone on this platform are adults. You are entitled to where you spend your funds. Ours is to guide you and tell you to be careful on how you possibly invest in this scheme. We are still waiting for the UAG, the Sanctuary Wealth Multipurpose Foundation, to deliver, and we are very hopeful. That is what I can say one or two concerning, because I'm a subscriber there, and I'm very, very hopeful. That's why if anybody badmouthed UAAG, I'm still on this platform, still saying that we have hope by God's special grace, and our hope would not be dashed. It's our expectation that what we prayed for, what we believe in, it will definitely happen by God's grace. I can't say when, I can't say how, I can't say the date or the weeks. I'm done when it comes to predicting or giving you weeks or dates of disbursement. I can only air the voice through this channel of those who are also advocating for this, and it's left for you to make a choice, possibly unbelieve. Like of recent, we talked about Madam Temitope and the fiasco or the Lula Balus going on between the AGPGN and the Madam Temitope, issue, which comprehensively we talked about the 400 NGOs that has to be downsized because of this particular tussle going between them. Now, I never subscribed to the AGPGN. I'm never a fan of Madam Temitope, but you see, my concern finally was geared up when I discovered that AGPGN had to completely relinquish the partnership they had with Madam Temitope, and then they had to say that inclusive of the 400 NGOs, they have nothing to do with them anymore because of the perceived threats they saw coming from Madam Temitope, despite that she was supportive in the first instance, but the amount she had sent to them, they are ready to send everything back to her, just to relinquish every partnership they had with her and every of the NGOs that she submitted, over 400 NGOs that were supposed to be paid on palliative, and I made a comprehensive voice note concerning this, how this is not so nice, especially because of the masses that are at the point of fire right within this particular tussle among the duo. So we have a channel where we try to advise the people, but we can't tell you what to do because you're an adult. You're a grown-up adult for that matter. And anytime you put your hands inside your pocket to put it inside a scheme, it is first of all because you want to improve on your life. You want to improve on what you possibly earn. You want to get a better life for yourself, but then you are also at advantage to be open to advice. Advice in the sense that you can be advised, but you can reject advice because you're an adult, and nobody should strain an advice on you. Nobody. People can only advise, but then it's the prerogative of choice and decision making is left for you. It's left for you to make a decision on where you want to invest. Now, on this channel, when it comes to the pioneers lot, we're advising be careful of where you invest your funds. Try as much as possible. There are many voices. There are voices you believe that some other person does not believe within this grand ecosystem. I hope you know that. There are voices you had respect for because you as a person, it is your feeling like, no, I think this person is true. You had respect for that individual, but some other person doesn't have respect for that personality. Now, because you had respect for that person does not mean that we should air your voice, because if we have to air your voice for having respect for that person, what of that person who doesn't have respect for that person? Then we should carry the drum behind you. It is your opinion. It is your opinion. Then tomorrow you see that person who had respect for that person now change respect and have respect for some other personalities. So there should be a standard where a platform is created where you can vet what you want to subscribe or enlist into. And that's why these are the platforms. We have a lot of platforms now that are influencers on this grand purposes. You understand? So, and they are giving you information based on what voices are flying left, right, and center. Now it is now your prerogative of choice to say, all right, this is what I want to pick up. This is what I want to subscribe in, so that you don't have anybody accountable. You hold yourself accountable to every decisions you make. It is personal. It is personal. So I don't have, when it comes to the pioneer slot, I don't have a number to give you. I don't have an individual to recommend you to possibly say, get registered with this person. I personally, I've said it over and over again on this channel. I personally, the first person I contacted when I wanted to enlist for the pioneer slot was Osim. And when I sent him a DM, I asked him about it. Please, I would like to get enlisted in the pioneer slot. Is there anything, any concrete information you can give to me about this? And responded to me and said no, that he did not do, that he doesn't know anything about that. I said, all right. I went further. I asked him, do you know anyone that I can reliably get into based on your prescription or based on your recommendation for me? He said no, he doesn't know anyone, that his own interest is basically on the Sanctuary World Multipurpose Foundation Initiative grant, and that is what he's focusing on. All right, so I rested case on that. Then that was what now prompted me to do more search to know who I can get involved with. Then someone I knew who was like a CEO very close to me, I told him of my interest also, and then I said, okay, send me maybe possibly if you know anybody, contact them for me, and then let me also see how I can get registered with that person. So he said, okay, he knows somebody. All right, I waited. After a while, he sent me the details of how much I need to get registered and for each particular slot. When I looked at it, there was an hesitation in my spirit somehow. I didn't say, now you see, this is where I say everything is personal to individual. There might be hesitation with me, there might not be hesitation with you, and that's why you need to do comprehensively your search personally and be open to make your choice as a person, as an adult. Then from that day, I never responded to that message. I'm not saying it's lying. I'm not saying it's an error. I'm not saying it's not right. But I just had to hold on it, and I never proceeded. After then, I've been seeing a lot of persons sending messages. I've joined a lot of groups and all that, and I saw what was coming, and I saw a lot of persons talking about it, that they are going to be paid and all, but I wasn't moved because it was my choice. Now, by the time finally, maybe those ones that subscribe get paid tomorrow, I can't blame nobody. I can only blame myself. And that will not pay me too much, because I won't relate to anybody that nobody faked me or nobody told me what was it to be done, you know. And so I just took it as a personal interest, and then it was a personal prerogative of choice, and so I had nobody to query concerning this. And that is exactly what I want every single individual to do. If you are on this channel, what you do right now, you just stay hand on asking me for number to contact or who to call or who to possibly subscribe with. I did not subscribe, and I am not ready to link you to anybody. You can possibly do more search. They are out there. They're out there, but be careful. Be very careful so that you don't fall into wrong hands. And if at all, I will give you personal advice. Stay with what you know. Stay with what you know. You might have invested in UAAG, Sanctuary World Multipurpose Foundation before now, and that is yet to arrive. We are still of high spirit concerning this, but it is yet to arrive. Why don't you just keep your cool, maintain your calm, pray, and that which you are in expectation for, we believe that is going to come out good one of these days. No matter how long the vision is for, yet an appointed time. And like Job said, all the days of my appointed will I wait until my change comes. So it's a personal revelation that once it is revealed to you, you don't blame nobody, you don't query nobody, you just stay with it until it becomes a blessed reality. And that is what I want you to focus on. So stay put with what you know. I can understand you want more money, can understand you want a better life, but in your search looking for better life, also be watchful, be careful of where you invest. You're an adult, you're responsible for your funds, and where you cast your bread, the Lord will help us.